Today, global energy consumption is around 250 million barrels of oil equivalent per day. That's everything: coal, oil, natural gas, hydro, nuclear, etc. That's 30 Saudi Arabias. And of that, we get about nine-tenths of that. We get 215 million barrels of oil equivalent from three sources: coal, oil, and natural gas. We get 10 Saudi Arabias, and I'm using Saudi Arabias because my job is to make the complex simple. My job is to explain some of these energy ideas and science ideas and math ideas in terms so that my mother gets it. I love my mom. She lives in Tulsa. I grew up in Tulsa, but she's a general reader. I have to explain things so she gets it the first time. What is a Saudi Arabia? It's 8.2 million barrels of oil equivalent per day. Since the 70s, the Saudis have been producing about 8.2 million barrels per day. So by putting these numbers in, and oil, I don't normalize to kilowatt hours or quads or million tons of oil equivalent. The public doesn't understand that. They understand oil because they buy it. And they understand that the Saudis produce a lot of energy. We consume now, as a globe, 10 Saudi Arabias per day of oil. 7 Saudi Arabias in the form of natural gas, and 9 in the form of coal. We get about 2 Saudi Arabias from hydro, 1.5 Saudis in the form of nuclear, and about 1/2 of 1 Saudi Arabia from all non-hydro renewables. And as you all know, those non-hydro renewables are the political darlings of the moment. So we can say CO2 is good, we can say it's bad, we can have that discussion all year, all decade, and we have. But there's no one willing to come forward from the Green left, from the Obama administration, from the Green Party in the European Union that will explain to us where we will find 26 Saudi Arabias of zero carbon energy that we can deliver every day. CO2 was the environmental issue of the last decade. Bonn, Durban, Copenhagen, Cancun, repeated meetings of the IPCC to discuss carbon taxes, carbon limits, carbon caps, cap and trade, etc. And what happened? Nothing happened. In effect, despite all of the discussion, nothing happened. And why did nothing happen? Well, because of Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand, China, India, Malaysia, South Korea. I could go on. Those countries will not accept limits on their CO2 emissions because they know to do so means limiting their economic growth. CO2 was the issue of the last decade, and what happened? Global CO2 emissions increased by 30%.